The Kudzukian Network presents Riffin On Jazz with your host, Howard Robertson and Malvin Massey.
Sonny Rollins.
You got to improve, man. You got Coltrane and Ornette Coleman and these boys coming up. You better get your stuff together.
Mr. Miles Davis.
White people are funny. In America, they thought that I just woke up one morning and had the blues and started playing the trumpet. But it don't go like that, and you can't explain that to them.
Miles was able to make something that was wrong into something that was right.
Now they know. Another accident.
Riffin on Jazz.
Hello and welcome to Riffin On Jazz. And you know, Riffin On Jazz is your weekly visit with friends talking about the music that we love.
That classic African-American art form called jazz.
I'm Howard Robertson.
I'm Malvin Massey.
And you know what? We thought we were done.
Yeah.
We thought we were done. Was this your bright idea?
Got finished with the whole series.
And then somebody said, let's do a Christmas show.
I'm not going to call Larry's name. You know,
let's do a Christmas show. Christmas comes but once a year. And since we're going to be doing Riffin, we intend to do this for many, 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 many more years. We thought it nice to do a Christmas themed show, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, so there's so many different kinds of Christmas jazz, so many different songs, so many different feelings that, of course, like you, I'm glad you mentioned that. We do Christmas every year, so we'll just do a little bit this time and something different next
year.
And something different the next time as we get them all in.
Right. We're going to do different genres. I mean, we're gonna get into the secular aspect. We're going to get into the religious aspect, and we're also going to get into covers of Christmas songs that have just been covered by so many different people, right?
Yeah.
And
especially
you got all the background, so I'm just here for the ride, baby. I'm here to listen to you.
We are, as a matter of fact, you know, so Howard is always so cool about this kind of thing. As far as letting me talk a little bit.
Yeah, it's your bowling night. We figured we'd let you talk.
But it's not my knowledge. It's my knowledge I pulled up from researching from other people's knowledge.
Make people believe that you knew all this stuff.
There is a woman named Kimberly Cinna Moore. She's a PhD. She wrote A Brief History of Holiday Music. Uh-huh. And I thought, you know, maybe we ought to mention that too, how at one time couldn't even do that.
All right. You know, couldn't even do what?
You couldn't play Christmas music.
Why?
It had been banned because it was pagan, and it was following the pagan tradition.
Wow!
So it was saying
a lot of people don't recognize or realize that Christmas was really a pagan tradition because they think about it as a religious holiday. When Christ was born.
I mean, we all grew up in church, you know, with that. And we taught that. And then, but you know, looking back in history, so then Prince Albert in England married Queen Victoria.
The guy on the cigar box?
Yeah.
on the tobacco box.
The Brits, Puritans and what have you, they had canceled Christmas music, Christmas rather, celebration. He was German. He brought Yuletide to England.
Right.
And then they mixed it with their customs and the German customs, and we got Christmas trees and
all of this
Christmas
stuff,
carols, all the stuff. Everything came from that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So it's not. I mean, Christmas music is kind of recent, if you want to say so.
Yeah. In the scheme of things.
Yeah. A lot of the songs were written 12 centuries ago and stuff like that, but the Christmas music idea it's relatively new.
But we're going to start with one. We're going to start with one that is relatively new in the scheme of things, but one that is probably singularly the most covered Christmas song, or one of the most covered songs, period, of all times. Yeah. And it just happens to be called the Christmas song. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. And tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
And unless you think that was Nat King Cole, you would be wrong.
Yeah.
That was not Nat King Cole. That was Nat King Cole's son, adopted son. That was Gregory Porter and his rendition of the Christmas song. Malvin, the Christmas song is so epic and so traditional and legendary. A lot of people don't know how it came about.
Yeah.
But Mel Torme,
The Velvet Fog, and a guy named Bob Wells, his lyricist, his lyric partner, wrote the Christmas song. And ironically, the Christmas song was written on a very, very hot day in 1945. And Mel Torme showed up at this guy's lake house his partner's lake house to write some songs. Mm-hmm. And the guy wasn't there when he walked in. He walked over to the piano, and he saw 4 lines. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Now, and then, he sits there and looks at this thing and goes, whoa, that could be something. But wonder why he's writing about a cold day. And Bob Wells walks in and said, look, man, it was so hot today, I was just imagining wintertime. And so from that point, from those 4 lines, the Christmas song evolved. And they were, even though Ethel Waters said Mel Torme was the only white man that sang with the soul of a black man. Yeah.
Even though she said that about Mel Torme in the Christmas song, they got the idea that the only one who could really do this song justice was a guy named Nat King Cole. And it took them a year to get him into the studio.
to get it recorded the first time. But they did finally, and it came out, I think in 1946, and the rest, quite literally is history.
Yeah, is recorded music history, because that was covered more than anything else. But that's how we're going to roll in this show.
Yeah,
we're going to roll in this show, in and out of additional things. So we got something else really, really cool coming up. Yeah. We're going to go to the religious.
Yeah, we're going on the other side. Well, before we get there.
Okay,
before we get there, besides the fact that Greg Reporter did his thing, but we want to show, so that's traditional.
Right.
That's what everybody hears. I mean, that's what everybody looking for, Christmas time. Jazz is the life of improvisation.
Right.
So Chick Corea is one of the best at it.
Absolutely.
He did a version of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen on the GRP Christmas collection. So
okay.
That is totally jazz. You know the song, you hear the song, you will marvel at the skill of these musicians playing this song.
Religious song, but with a different tilt.
This is it's a good song. It's a religious song, but this is the jazz. This is the hard jazz.
Chick Corea and the Electric Band. God rest ye merry gentlemen. Chick Corea and the Electric Band.
You marvel at the skill of these guys, man. This jazz improv,
absolutely,
that they do, that blends. Every one of them blend together. They're doing all this stuff,
and see, that's the beauty of it. You know, we talked about from the first shows, we talked about the structure of jazz and the elements of jazz and things that jazz has to have. You know, it has to have rhythm, has to have syncopation, has to have improv. And that's got all of it, to the point that you really have to listen to that song to know what they are playing.
Once you catch
the melody starts.
Yeah, once you catch it, you got it.
Right. So, that was a take on the religious genre.
Not really. No. You're going ahead of yourself.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that one was like, okay, so the traditional.
It's a religious song.
Yeah, it was a religious song, but it was done in a contemporary, different contemporary side.
Oh, yeah.
But when we're going to talk about religious, we're talking about where we grew up, Southern Baptist. We're going to talk about being in church.
The Greater Triple Rock Missionary Baptist Church.
Yeah, when we was 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and like that, you know?
Right.
And we heard Christmas music, and these women with these beautiful voices in the church, and people like Miss Brooks, Miss Lee, Brooks and Lee, they used to call
Miss Brooks and Miss Lee.
Miss Brooks and Lee at East Twig Baptist Church.
They know somebody like Miss Brooks.
Oh man, and those days of hearing those songs played with that soul, that fear, that spirit, that heart.
Yeah.
That's when we talk about spiritual Christmas songs. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, we're gonna get back to that. But in the meantime, you got to introduce this as a Christmas song. This next cut you have got to introduce as a Christmas song, because most of us don't realize that it is that, or recognize. We might know the song, but we don't recognize it as a Christmas song.
You know, it was because of me being at that radio station and playing that song and listening to it.
Right.
Because I played it more than once. And when you listen to the lyric, he's talking about a miracle holiday. He's talking about, you hear him talking about it. I guess he could be talking about, well, I don't know what else he could be talking about. Miracle Holiday's got to be Christmas.
Okay. All right.
So anyway,
All
with
right.
Take 6.
All right.
With Stevie Wonder, with Herbie Hancock playing the piano. This song is Why I Feel This Way.
Beautiful tune.
When I feel a summer breeze, and I hear it as it whispers through the trees. Well, it causes my heart to fly, riding like an eagle through the sky. And I know a newborn child. If devoid of your love, I would never see that smile. On this miracle holiday, I am overwhelmed with your display. And I know your love is why I feel this way. Beauty in this world, often hard to see, found in little things close to you and me. When I let this love into my heart, with a new point of view I can start. By your love I can see the way things were meant to be. With your love and by your will, I am forever warm within my heart through winter's chill. And when snow falls from the sky, crystal images of love go by. And I know your love. I can see the way things were meant to be. Your love is my will. I am forever one within my heart, forever one within my heart, through wind and chill. And when snow falls from the sky, crystal images of love go by, and I know your love is why I feel this way, and I know your love is why I feel this way, and I know your love is why I feel this way. Thank you, Father.
Malvin, I want to thank you personally, man, for opening my eyes to this song, Why I Feel This Way, that they just heard, as a holiday or a Christmas song. I never thought about it in that way, but I just looked at the lyrics, man. It's a song about the birth of Jesus, basically to God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was like, I played the music all the time. I heard it. I heard him say that. And, and
written by
knowing who
Stevie Wonder
is,
and Mark Kibble of Take Six.
But it's on the Take Six CD, and it's the only first time that they did it with music. You know, they were an a cappella group.
Mm-hmm.
Their CD, Join the Band, was the first time they did with music. And they got Stevie Wonder and Herbie Hancock to do that song with
That's
them.
a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song.
Man,
so thank you for that, man. Well, I mean, that just...
You're welcome.
You know, it's an epiphany
that
I just had. But that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And that's where we're going to be in this whole show, man. It might seem like we're all over the place, but that's the way jazz is.
Exactly.
That's the way jazz is. And we're going to be dealing with different aspects of Christmas music in the jazz genre and different genres. And we want to tell everybody, as we always say, if we say or play anything that you like or can relate to, please let us know by commenting on our Riffin On Jazz Facebook page and checking out all our podcasts with your favorite on your favorite podcast providers. You can go back in time, all of our episodes, all of our what we got, 10
for a new show.
But no, we love hearing from you, and please do that for us, because we want to know what you think and how you feel. We've been getting really good feedback, so we want to keep it coming, because this is your show. And we'll be back with more Riffin' on Jazz right after this.
Happy holiday, Kudzukian Network.
Hey, this is your guy, DC, Funky Politics. We're back. A brand new season, brand new shows, brand new guests. We're going to do it just right here on the Kudzukian Network.
Happy holidays from the Kudzukian Network.
Happy holidays from the Kudzukian Network.
Riffin' on Jazz.
Welcome back to Riffin' on Jazz. And this is our Christmas show. We are featuring Christmas music in the jazz genre, which we love. And next is a guy, Malvin, that has become much maligned unfortunately,
good way to put that,
among jazz enthusiasts and a lot of jazz purists.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't y'all throw up, jazz purists. But his name is Kenny G.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter, however, is, and this is our humble personal opinions as horn players. But bottom line is, Kenny G can play.
He can play it on.
You might not like the smooth jazz genre, but please do not disrespect the man's skills and ability. He can indeed play.
Yes.
And we got him we're talking about him because we got him coming up. Talk about him.
Yeah, and you, like you were saying, getting into the spiritual side of it. So we just did that hardcore black spiritual, Stevie Wonder, Take 6. But
it wasn't so hardcore, but it was spiritual.
Spiritual, beautiful spiritual. So we're still in that vein though. So Kenny G is a religious guy, of course, but his Christmas CD, Faith, that he put out in 2000, exactly 2000, because his Old Lang Syne on there is the one that goes back over everything that happened in the 20th century.
Okay.
And he does an Ave Maria on here. You can put the CD on. This is the one you put on when you're doing the Christmas tree and doing stuff like that, because every track on there is good. But he does this Ave Maria with so much feeling. CD is called Faith. He does it with so much feeling. It take your breath away.
Let's listen to Kenny G, Ave Maria. Welcome back to Riffin On Jazz. Yeah. We're having a good time, man.
I'm enjoying this.
Our bowling night is better than ever.
You know, I really appreciate that we got a chance to mention that Kenny G. You know, so give people a chance to hear how good that cat can play.
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
He really can play.
I don't know why he's so maligned. I mean, the brother, he made money. He did well in the. Well, I mean, he sold more albums than pop, and in a very smooth jazz kind of pop genre.
Back in the day, man, when Mud Island and all that was popping, it cost $200,000 to bring him to town, and they brought him to town twice. The Orphan brought him, and the Mud Island brought him.
But I think too many people get it twisted and think that equates to him not having chops and not being able to play, and that's just not so. It's just not so. I ain't mad at him, so I'm glad that he's doing well. But you know, it's not Christmas, man. It's not Christmas to me without something called Merry Christmas, Baby.
Yeah.
Charles Brown. This is, to me, a I think about my parents' generation, and because they talk about eggnog and fruitcake, Jack.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
And you know, that's how we came up. That was the main thing. Your mama might have had a spiked fruitcake up under the bed,
but it was
wrapped in some towel. Yeah, knock you out cold when you ate a piece of it. But this is, I mean, you can call it jazz. We can call it blues or whatever.
It's the blues.
I don't care.
It's the blues.
I don't care.
But absolutely, like you said, the blues is the father of jazz.
Totally. So for me, I got to get in Merry Christmas, Baby, and it's by none other than the original Brother Charles Brown. Y'all enjoy.
Merry Christmas, baby. Sure did treat me nice. Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Gave me a diamond ring for Christmas. Now I'm living in paradise. Feeling mighty fine. Got good music on my radio. Ooh, I'm feeling mighty fine. I got good music on my stereo. Well, I wanna kiss you, baby, while you're standing beneath the mistletoe. Then they came down the chimney about 3:30. Left all these pretty presents that you see before me. Ooh, Merry Christmas, baby. Sure been good to me. I haven't had a drink this morning. I'm all lit up. I'm all lit up. Ooh, like a Christmas tree.
All right, that's all I needed. Merry Christmas, baby. I'm right.
I mean, you know, it's just like at the beginning of the set we were talking about Nat Cole and the Christmas song, and everybody listens for that every year.
Right.
You know, listen to WDIA, used to listen to Merry Christmas, baby.
And for those of you across the country that don't understand the significance of WDIA, WDIA in Memphis was America's first black format radio station.
Yeah.
So I'll just
and that Merry Christmas baby came in every year.
Every year. But we just want to tell you, if we say or play anything that you like or can relate to, please let us know. Please let us know by commenting on our Facebook page. That's Riffin On Jazz on Facebook, or check out your favorite podcast provider for just input Riffin On Jazz, and all our past episodes will come up, and you can enjoy the things that we have done before that you might have missed. But we really love to hear from you. We've got on the other side of the break, Malvin, a beautiful song coming, which is based on which is an arrangement. It's more than bass. It's an arrangement of a classic religious church song.
And it is
Christmas song, holiday song, Angels We Have Heard on High.
It's so different, and it's so cool. This is gonna freak some people out.
Tell them about it. Who's it by?
It's Don Grusin, okay, the brother of Dave Grusin,
right.
GRP Records, and it's on the GRP Christmas collection, the first volume, the second volume they put out, and he's got these kids, and I always thought it was the Harlem Boys Choir, but it's not. It's a choir somewhere in California, Mercer, California. Okay. I'm gonna look that up, but it's a kids choir in California. His version of Angels We Have Heard on High, with the tempo that he's got it, with these kids' voices, I mean, you can hear them, you can see these little kids singing it, man. It's a great, I mean, it is really cool thing to do for Jazz Christmas.
And you're going to enjoy it on the other side of this break.
Happy holidays to Kudzukian.
DC of that funky politics fame, we got a brand new show. It's called Best in Blue. The Best in Blue will cover your Memphis Police Department and how they work to keep us safe day and night. Best in Blue on the Kudzukian Network.
This is Malvin Massey, and you're listening to Riffin on Jazz on the Kudzukian Network.
Just like you said, man, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I get a kick out of that.
That was beautiful, especially with the choir.
The kids, those kids are singing to you. They're really doing their best. It's a great CD, great song.
Great rendition of Angels We Have Heard on High. And in keeping with the Christmas theme and spirit of this show, we are going to play a classic, quintessential Christmas song in a new way, though.
Yeah. The Cubans.
You are the Latin jazz man from way back. And this is from Cuba?
Well, it's the Cubans. It's the
Cubans.
They're out of Miami
Plural.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, they're out of Miami now. But
including Arturo Sandoval.
Arturo Sandoval,
right.
Ed Calle, Dr. Ed Calle, big-time educator down there, but he's a killer saxophone player. And there's Paquito de Rivera. These guys, man.
That's beautiful.
The Playboy Latin Jazz Christmas are not so silent night.
A lot of people don't know the influence that Playboy magazine had on jazz.
Yeah.
Playboy magazine was a big proponent of jazz. They had jazz concerts, jazz festivals.
They had the Playboy Jazz Festival was as big as Newport.
Right. And they featured jazz in the magazines in between the little pictures they had of the women, which I never looked at. I mean,
it's true.
You have to. May you have to rest in peace.
Yeah, it was all about the stories.
But see, that was all part of the cool, though. Yeah. That was all part of the whole jazz swag that Playboy had and jazz had, certainly.
Yeah.
And so we're going to check out a killer, absolute killer rendition of what?
Jingle Bell.
Jingle that gum bells. Jingle Bells. Off the Playboy's Latin Jazz Christmas CD.
The bottom part of it down here.
A Not So Silent Night. Yes.
Trademark Hugh Hefner.
That was featuring Ed Caillet, Arturo Sandoval, and Jim Gaslor.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, it was up tempo. That was popping. There was sounds everywhere. That says you can hear. You can see the sleigh ride.
Right. Now, this brings us to a very, very important point, because you see everything, with the exception of Merry Christmas Baby, everything else that we have featured in this show has not been written by anybody who looked like us.
Yeah.
With the exception of Merry Christmas Baby. But this next song has become a featured Christmas song. And very, very interesting origin, including somebody's relative that we know. There's a great guy here in Memphis, Tennessee, where we're based out of, whose name is Otha Brandon. Mm-hmm. And Otha has a cousin whose name is Nadine McKenna. Now, Nadine McKenna is a songwriter, and you would not automatically recognize her name, but you would absolutely recognize her work, because she did a song with Donny Hathaway that has become to say it's become a Christmas standard or a Christmas classic is a gross understatement. And I just wondered how it must be to have done something when you were very, very young, in your 20s, that has provided you a living and a way of life for the rest of your natural life. It has been covered by so very many people. Everybody has done this Christmas. Everybody. And a little backstory, Malvin, she wasn't pleased with the way that Donnie did it.
She didn't like to record it.
No, she thought he did it too fast. It was she had imagined it and written it to be a slower song and whatnot, and more thoughtful song with a lot more feeling. But I don't think she's mad anymore.
Well, I would hope not. I mean,
I don't think she's mad at Donnie anymore. But this is a fantastic song that we're going to go out with. And hey, man, if this was your idea, thank you.
Actually, it was Larry's idea.
It was Larry's idea. Larry had a good idea for a change. My goodness.
And the good thing about it, though, again, is that Christmas comes every year.
Absolutely.
And so next Christmas, we'll go in another direction.
Totally. Yeah. And hopefully we'll do it many, many, many more Christmases for years to come, man. Yeah. Another great night. Good to be with you.
And the same with you, Doc.
Wishing you and yours and all of you and yours very, very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and the happiest of holiday seasons for us here at Riffin On Jazz.
Merry Christmas. This Christmas.
Hang on, mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better. This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town they do. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night.
On Jazz. Executive produced by Kudzukian. Co-host by Howard Robertson and Malvin Massey Jr. Music curation by Howard and Malvin. And recorded at Kudzukian Studios. Riffin On Jazz. Part of the Kudzukian Network.
The fireside is blazing bright.